runs every 15 minutes to the city center. If you're looking to save some money, then you can take the London Underground, also known as the Tube. There are so many things to see and do in London that it can be difficult to know where to start. However, there are certain attractions that should not be missed on your trip. Starting off with the mighty London Eye, Europe's tallest cantilevered observation wheel by the River Thames, and arguably the most famous clock in the world, the Big Ben. Other iconic structures that should definitely make their way into your itinerary are the Buckingham Palace, Tower of London, Westminster Abbey, Royal Observatory, and St. Paul's Cathedral. Also be sure to visit the Warner Bros. Studio, Hyde Park, and the National Gallery. When you think of London, the first thing that springs to mind is a plethora of famous and historical places. The city is packed with well-known structures and streets where some of history's most famous moments have occurred. From the busiest shopping street in Europe with over 300 different shops, the Oxford Street, to the brightly neon-lit streets of Piccadilly Circus that display an array of cinemas, theaters, and traditional English pubs. The streets of London absolutely have it all. Be sure to also visit Trafalgar Square and a particular street in central London that will be forever remembered thanks to the Beatles, Abbey Road. The uniqueness of London is that, rather than being one massive city, it feels like a collection of little neighborhoods with its own flavor, quirkiness, and personality. If you're looking to have some fun with great food and drinks, Soho is the spot for you. For a full Soho experience, get tickets to a West End show and march up and down Old Compton Street and the surrounding area for drinks. For an area full of music venues and pubs, then be sure to visit Camden. Experience an out-of-London day trip at Greenwich and laze at the massive park all day, and take a walk around Kensington to soak in all the beauty of some of the greatest museums in the world. There are a few areas that stand out as the best places to stay in London. Central London is always going to be a great option, as it puts you right in the heart of all the action. If you want to be close to the sights and attractions, then this is definitely the place to be. Another great option is Kensington. This area is full of great shops, restaurants, and cafes, as well as being close to some of London's most famous museums. If you're looking for a more affordable place to stay in London, there are a few options that are worth considering. One of the most popular choices is Earl's Court. This area is well connected to the rest of London, and it has a great selection of restaurants, bars, and shops. Another budget-friendly option is Brixton. There's no better way to see London than by foot. Walking around London is a great way to explore the city's many different neighborhoods, get a feel for its unique atmosphere, and find some hidden gems along the way. London boasts an extensive bus network, with over 700 routes crisscrossing the city. You can also make use of the London Underground, which is an efficient and cheap way to get around. The city is served by a vast train network, which is operated by a number of different companies, or you can use the trams to travel around, especially if you're in South London. The Oyster card can be used to pay for all public transport services. You also have the famous Black Cabs of London, a quick and efficient way to get around the city without the hassle of changing trains and waiting at the stations. Hail one on the streets and they'll drop you at any corner of the city. When it comes to food, London is a city that really has it all. There's something for everyone, regardless of your preferences or budget. There's no better way to start the day than with a cup of tea and the iconic English breakfast. Pair that with a side of Scotch eggs for a proper British breakfast experience. For lunch, indulge yourself in a traditional British meal that's typically served on Sundays, the Sunday roast. Pair that with England's most loved pasta, spaghetti bolognese. If you want the true taste of an English bar, Don't forget to club your tapped beer with a side of fish and chips. And for all the cold nights, dive into a delicious, piping hot plate of chicken tikka masala with a bread of your choice. The cheapest time to travel to London is during the off-season, from November to early March. With a little bit of planning and research, you can easily enjoy London on a budget of £50 to £60 a day. From free museums and attractions to discounted tickets for shows and events, there are plenty of ways to save money while still enjoying all that the city has to offer. You can also visit many of London's iconic landmarks free of cost, such as Buckingham Palace, Trafalgar Square, and Piccadilly Circus. If you purchase an Oyster card, which gives you access to the city's buses, trains, and subways for a predetermined daily cost, you can save money on transportation in London, but you can always ditch the public transport and walk about town. With so much to see and do in London, many visitors never venture beyond its limits. If you're looking for a change of pace from the hustle and bustle of London, plan a day trip to the scenic outskirts of London, such as the Windsor Castle, Stonehenge, Brighton, and White Cliffs of Dover. Other popular day trip destinations include the beach towns in Kent, the historic city of Bath, the beautiful countrysides of the Cotswolds, and the university towns of Oxford and Cambridge. While visiting London, it's important to pack either an umbrella or a raincoat and a pair of water-resistant shoes. You can never predict the kind of weather in London. During the winter months, make sure you carry thick coats because the temperature can go as low as 2 degrees Celsius. If you want to keep up with London's classic look, you can pack yourself a trench coat. For first-time visitors, we recommend spending at least 4 or 5